Hello, everyone. How are we all doing today? I really wish Minecraft wouldn't automatically minimize if it's full screen. And then you click off the screen. I mean, obviously, but like, just in general. Just in the settings right now, setting things up as one does. Da 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 da. Wow, sorry, I just glanced at this mod pack called Better FPS because I was curious about what it might have that might increase frame rate. First of all, it pointed out a thing called Vulkan mod, which is a Vulkan-based renderer for Fabric, unfortunately, not yeah. But it looks cool. But it then goes on to claim that the newest CPU, or the oldest CPU that is supported by Windows, is the i7 6600U. This is not true. Technically, Windows 10 will happily run on a Pentium 4. Windows 11 won't. It actually just blue screens. But Windows 10 will. Anything newer than a Pentium 4 will work just fine on Windows 11. You just have to bypass the requirements that are kind of dumb. In terms of supported, if you're on Windows 10, Pentium 4 actually is technically supported. The late ones, not the early ones. The point is, but also, what does any of that mean? Nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Fuck it, we're starting now. How y'all doing? Welcome to my base. This is where I keep my blast furnaces. My candles. And my stone cutters. That's all a lie. This is actually the first room of the game where you start off with nothing, and this is like a hub area for some reason. And you can steal these chickens, but it doesn't matter because you don't get to keep them. Oh, okay, that's cool. Someone had fun with chipped. See, there's all kinds of food and stuff here. Like, it's definitely just showing off the mods and stuff. Like, yeah. Counter, chair, signs. There's all kinds of stuff going on around here. I'm on fire. I'll be fine. Wait, what? Reanimated soul sand. What's a zombie soul sand? Anyway, it doesn't matter. As soon as I go through this. The original cave, the Drippy Cave, Lushed House, Lushed Mineshaft Intersection, or Mineshaft Intersection. Now, I'm kind of tempted to go with the original because I like building out my base. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I'm a fan of the original. I have joined my party. I feel achieved. Look at how smooth that frame rate is. That's what you want, right? Look at that. It's actually just not moving. Okay, we're gonna dig this way. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough to get 2 cobblestone. Not enough to get started, but, you know. Alright, so I'm gonna need to gather some stone pebbles. I have. I guess technically I did that prior. I'll just break this. Yep, done. What'd I get? A vile sword. Okay. Crafting table, that's 4 of those. Okay. Well, I have my sword. Cool. If you're wondering, I'm gonna need a bunch of these to make early tools, I think. So that's why I'm getting a little bit more than I need, really. Oh, I need... because it's that, and then I need 2 cobblestone. Just getting that stuff together. Stone hammer acquired. Now I can actually mine. Okay, what's next on the to-do list? We've got that, which gave me an iron wand. That's going to be very useful later. And that gave me a cogwheel. Okay. I want to make a chest. I remember how to make a chest. I'm not going to make a chest yet. Hello. Thank you for the follow. Now, let's see. Okay, what do I want to make first? I want to go through these because I need to get wood. Which means I'm going to go do that. Compressed cobblestone, become compressed gravel. Gravel become compressed gravel. Become dirt. And then dirt become compressed dirt. Becomes sand. Become, I think, dust. Yep. And then I need to make some more sticks. There's a crook. And there's all those. And then I'm going to want to plant a sapling. And then now I need hammer. Because I'm now officially at the point where I actually do need to make a smelter and a double chest. Although, can I make a chest out of wood? Or is that a stone thing? Okay, I can't make it out of wood. Okay. Okay, I don't know what's up with all the whistling. That's a bit weird. Not gonna lie. Time to plant another tree. Alright, so I'm going to want to keep that on me, that on me, that on me, that... No, not that on me. But I am going to need... another crook. I'm going to need... I've got... Okay, I do need more wood, because I'm going to need... stuff. Food, nice. Got a sapling, got wood. I'll take oak wood. Take this. Make a furnace, put it on top. Oh, I got a crafter. Okay, unexpected. Oh, and a pair of ender chests. That's actually incredibly useful. Alright, so I should probably plant, like, the wheat seeds and stuff. But that's not immediate. I mean, I'm gonna have to make... Got dust. Got gravel. I can break that gravel down to dirt. Boom, done. That being said, first I would need to make... torches. If I gotten like 3 more dark oak or 3 more jungle, assuming I even got 1. I don't know if I did, but point is, I would probably go for that. I have no idea why it's whistling. If anyone happens to know, it's every time I press a key. Okay, I'm gonna Google it. Stoneblock 3 whistling. Yeah. It's set to the same key as whistle for luggage. Okay. Keybinds. Call for luggage. Yeah, it is double bound. Let's go with insert. That's better. makes it nice and even. I just need 6 sticks. Gives me 24 torches. Boom. We are officially lighting the night. I just realized I can probably make a proper pickaxe too. Is the pickaxe any faster? And can I make a pickaxe? 3, 2.1.2. No, it's not any faster until I'm getting to ores. Okay. Apparently you can't vein mine the material that the entire world's made out of, which is kind of fair, I suppose. Alright, so, first things first, I want to build a place here for farming. Yeah. It's quiet. YouTube, save me now. You know what? I'm going to save the rest of this hammer because I actually need the hammer to break things down. Pickaxes can't do that. Don't know why I grabbed more cobblestone. I really don't need any. Also, this might actually be slightly faster. It also occurs to me I don't have any way to get water yet, so this room's gonna have to wait to actually be finished. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's the size of the room. Alright, now that I've got that kind of sorted and situated, because I don't have access to water yet, I can't actually complete it, but I know how big the room's going to be. Oh, I know the direction I need to go, huh? Okay. So, a millstone, a hand crank, and a cogwheel. Wait. Immediately looked at the wrong thing. So I need to make that. I need to make that. And I need to make that. So, to begin with, what do I have? What do I need? I need andesite. Is that just some cobblestone? I think it's some deep slate. I'll smell some stone. And that's andesite and buttons and planks. Okay, so I need to go get andesite, basically. Okay, I need ladders. $48, I think, should be enough. I'll make some extras. And an egg for some reason. Okay, so I'm gonna need the pickaxe, and I'll keep that. Take that with me. And that's gonna be where that is. I am going to act. You know what? Right here. Torches. Well, that's gonna put an end to that real in a hurry. Honestly, I probably should have seen that coming. Hey, my andesite. And away we go. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Just do this. Cobblestone and a couple ladders down, you know. Ladders, cobblestone. Boom. Okay, so that goes in there, that goes in there, that comes back out, that comes back out. I'm also gonna need wood, which I'm gonna need to grow more of. That's fine. We're gonna need the axe. We're gonna need the tree. There they are. Tree sapling. Whoever came up with the idea of doing that to make things grow quickly, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Because it removes so much waiting without giving the player a resource that they can exploit too much. Or have to farm for that matter. Okay, so that stuff can all go away. I'm gonna need the andesite, the cobblestone, the planks, the sticks. I think that's it. So first off, this. I need polished andesite, which is just 4 andesite. Cogwheel, which is I need to make buttons. I need to make a lot more buttons. There's a small cogwheel. Need to make some planks. There's that. That's a stone rod. I already made the cogwheel. And I received 2 medium speed increase modules for pretty pipes. I could have sworn oh no, I didn't make an extra one. No, it doesn't matter. Unnecessary? Maybe. Fun? Absolutely. And it gets that going faster. Okay, so what's next? Gravel. Okay. Luckily, I've got 3 compressed gravel to work with. I want to try something. A small cog. Okay, so thinking about how gears work. Okay, when I put this bugger down, it doesn't come with a... No, it attaches to whatever you attach it to. So then the ideal thing would be that, which is driven from that, which has that on the top or bottom, not the side. Yeah, okay. So I can't gear it quite yet. Fair enough, though. It is worth a shot. Although I'm pretty sure using the bigger gear was faster. It was, for sure. So I got iron, I got zinc, and I got coal. Alright, so that was all of it. You can get water by right-clicking a cauldron with leaves or saplings. Okay. You can collect lava by using the fire plow on stone for some time. Okay. First I need to smelt this. That's step one. Also thinking it through, how much gravel or how much iron do I need? I need 3 and then yeah, okay, so I need more gravel. I can make that happen. Mob fans, those are fun. Okay, that should really stay on my hot bar. Didn't need that. That is not looking for it. There's my gravel. Seems to casually also produce a little bit of sand. That should be enough iron now, but I'm gonna run it out till it's done. Definitely enough iron now. Alright, so it said saplings, huh? Saplings or leaves? Probably better for me to make shears. I've no idea what a loopy is, but if it can give me good shit, then I'm all down for it. It dropped a loot crate and a mob soul, okay. I got an egg. Got 6 eggs. Worth it? Question mark? This is temporary. This is just where I'm going to be sticking the water to make the unlimited water for now. That's going to be covered by dirt later. Okay, so now I just need to make the lava. And that gave me pocket storage, okay. And this gave me speed, okay. Pocket storage. Holds 8 different items, up to 255 each. Automatically absorbs excess items on pickup, avoids excess. Sneak right click a chest to deposit contents. Sneak left click to withdraw matching contents. Okay. Can I... Okay. Well, I'm gonna put cobblestone in there. Just immediately. Sneak left click. Cool. Okay. Put that stuff away. Don't imagine I got a bobble I can go into. Definitely not. That would make too much sense. Anyway. Sand, a mob soul, and some water in a mixer. Ah, well, I can't do that yet. It's couple gen tier 1. So I just need a ton of compressed stone. Not cobblestone, but stone and a piece of glass. I'm going to need to make sand and stone. So 6 of them, that's 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. So I need a stack of stone. Alright, time to get digging, I guess. And I have just the place. I need a new pickaxe, chat. And cobblestone. I was just mining some, and it's in here. That's why I can't find it. I already have nearly enough, but I've got water now, so I'm just gonna finish digging that remnant out anyway. I imagine there's a tinker tool that would help significantly with this. Like a hammer is some description that does a 3x3, but it'd still be made of stone and wood, so also I'd have to actually craft it right now. Honestly, that should be enough. I'm just gonna... I don't know if that's gonna be enough coal. Kind of wish it was slightly different, not gonna lie. I'll take that along with me when I'm doing like big mines, but that's gonna be a minute. Okay, so what's next on the to-do list? Okay, the answer to what's next is the whoosh, the whoosh you hand. So I need to make this. So shaft is andesite alloy, which is zinc, which I've got, which is not refined. Apply andesite to a stripped thing, and that is iron sheets, which is made using a hammer. Okay. So first things first, we're gonna need some andesite. We need some zinc. And this is made by washing, which doesn't help me. And this is just by smelting. Cool. That should be enough. Oh. Fair enough. Where do I get string? Wait, the answer's obvious. Hemp. Do I have hemp seeds? There it is. Answer appears to be no. A beard seeds? How do I get string, though? What are the craft... Okay, so I can make it using flax and an industrial hemp fiber. Grinding wool or flax. Interesting. How am I supposed to get string? Because I need either industrial hemp fiber or flax. Honestly, the answer for flax or industrial hemp seeds is probably the drop table for getting dirt with a thing, with a crook. So I need to make more dirt. Well, given the amount of those I just did, the fact that I didn't get any of what I need tells me that it's probably not the solution. Get grass. I can do that. Unironically, I'm actually just going to build the same thing as I built in the other area. It's going to be this, but also this. But with less water, because it's going to be grass. That's probably going to be farmland later on. Fuck it. Why don't I just do that here first? I'll just finish setting up this farm finally. I just realized for this plan to work, I also need bone meal. But I could make a composter. Cool. Nah. Well, plus I just realized I can make a faster pickaxe now. Like substantially so. I want to make sure I don't overfill that because I don't want to lose the stone at the moment. Later on, that'll be fine, but... You know what I should do? I got permission ages ago, but I did get permission to listen to this podcast on stream.
Well, boys, I think I know what all the kids going home for the holidays will be getting up to after nearly 2 years of development. Just in time for everybody to go home and play around, XFCE 4.20 has been released. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Okay, maybe the kids won't be playing around with it, but, I mean, how often can we say we're going on the air with breaking XFCE news? This came out this morning. It's pretty great to see. Yeah, it's been a long time. 2 years is no joke, and it's been really a lot of getting ready for Wayland. So this release has what they're calling experimental for advanced users only Wayland compatibility.
Hey, that means we should try it.
I'm actually kind of excited about this. So you got Wayland. Now you do need a compositor still because they don't have it built in yet, so you need something like Wayfire. There are plans for XFWM4 to have Wayland support, but it's not there yet.
Oh, cool.
So Wayfire could be fun. And they're also working on a new library that provides abstraction for different windowing concepts across different systems and for different scaling. And Thunar, the file manager, has seen a ton of improvements.
Really, still one of my favorite file managers on the desktop.
I actually think now with this release, this is a serious contender for any GTK-based desktop. It looks so good. We'll have a link to the blog with all the release notes, and you can just look at the screenshots. There's tons of improvements. I think we really should try this pretty soon. 4.20 is looking like a really great release, and I just wasn't sure a couple of years ago where XFCE was going to be in the whole Wayland transition.
Yeah, I thought it was going to die.
Christmas came early.
I mean, when I found out they were working on Wayland, I was excited because that was like a year and a half ago. XFCE's had a hard run.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to your weekly Linux talk show. My name is Chris.
My name is Wes.
And my name is Brent.
Well, hey, gentlemen, you know, it's almost our last show of the year, so we've got lots of updates and stories that you'll want to hear. Then we'll dive headfirst into our RT Linux kernel adventures, where the speed seduced us, but stability ghosted us. And then, you know, we're wrapping up the flow with some fresh boosts, some picks, and more to the show. So before we go any further, let's say time-appropriate greetings to our virtual lug. Hello, Mumble Room!
Hello, Brent.
Hey guys.
Mumble Room not messing around today. Look at that. Look at that.
Beefy.
And a bunch up there in the quiet listening, too. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us in the live Mumble Room, which we always have going during our live streams. And a big good morning to our friends over at Tailscale. Tailscale.com/unplugged. You know, Tailscale is the easiest way to connect devices and services directly to each other, wherever they are. It's a modern networking solution for connecting your devices securely. It's great for companies, and it's great for self-hosters as well. We use it in both capacities. It's secure, like really secure. It's protected by...
Wow.
That's right, and it's fast, really, really fast. It'll build out a mesh network and get it going in just minutes. And if you go to tailscale.com/unplugged, you can get it free for up to 100 devices and 3 users. No credit card required. That's the plan. It's not a limited time deal. It's the one I'm on. And it's also a great way to try it as a company, too, because thousands of companies like Instacart, Hugging Face, Duolingo, and more are using Tailscale. So try it out and support the show for 100 devices for free at tailscale.com/unplugged. Like I said, it's almost our last episode of the year. So I invite you to join us next Sunday, December 22nd, 2024. We're recording the last 2 episodes. And in between, we'll be blasting some sats to those of you who have new Podcasting 2.0 wallets, like Fountain or AlbiHub. And we'll be answering some of your questions around that. And we'll also be doing perhaps the very last Tuxies ever.
Say it ain't so.
We're looking at the numbers, and they're pretty low. We think maybe the Tuxies is done. It's probably mostly our fault, just because we're busy these days. But right now, we're sitting around 900 votes. And if we don't have over 2,000 votes by the time we do the Tuxies, I think that officially makes it the final Tuxies.
So probably when you're hearing this, you got less than a week to get your vote in if you haven't already.
Tuxies.party if you would like to vote. And then join us the 22nd for the final Tuxies. And we'd love to have your help party for episode 600, which is coming up on February 2nd of 2025. We have the Colony Events site that is working, colonyevents.com. Wasn't working the best after we launched it.
No, it did manage to delete several of the first events, but that's been rectified.
I don't believe it was our fault. I mean, it kind of was our fault, actually. Kind of was our fault. It was very funny. Very funny prank. Very funny. Also, you're lame, because whoever did it has a Linux 5.4 kernel. I'm just saying, that's very lame. So it's probably some enterprise Linux user. But our bad for not turning the firewall on and things like that. So anyways, that aside, colonyevents.com is up and running. And it's actually saving your events now.
There's 6 of them on there. Wow, look at that.
I know. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at Central MA. I'm looking at Berkeley, CA. I'm looking at Central Florida, a listening party in United Kingdom, London, and one in the Phoenix, Arizona area, plus ours in the Pacific Northwest. People are starting to set them up. It's great to see you guys. You're absolutely welcome to do them beforehand. If for some reason doing it on the show day doesn't work in your area, and just
any of these,
pass around a phone and make a nice tight recording for us to say hi. We'd love to play it on air. But if you do make it to one of these meetups on Sunday, February 2nd, during LUP 600, we'd love to have you join us with at least one machine there with a microphone. Get in the mumble room and come say hi.
Best new
Colonyevents.com if you want to check for a meetup in your area or if you want to set one up. It is our self-hosted Gathio instance. No account required, but you do probably want to save your edit key.
I honestly
Should be
don't
a fun
know.
party, right? We'll have one around our area. I don't think we're going to do it at the studio, but maybe near the studio. I'm not sure.
TBD.
Maybe we'll
Check
have it.
Gathio.
Maybe we'll have it like an after party at like a place near the studio that we go to afterwards.
That's a good idea.
That could be a lot of fun. That's something we've never done before. It could be a new
It might
thing.
be a little more practical, too, because we will be distracted.
Yeah, it is. There's like a show to do and
Right.
post-show stuff to do. So there's all that. Links in the show notes for all the stuff I just mentioned. If it went past you at all, just go to linuxunplug.com/593. we wrap up for the year, we are trying to get some news stories in, and we have a fresh one here. CentOS Stream 10 is out. And our buddy Carl not only wrote the blog post to tell us all about it, but he is here in the Mumble Room to give us the inside scoop. Carl, good to hear from you. Welcome back.
Hey, what's up? I didn't actually write that blog post, although I helped draft it.
Oh, I see. So I won't give you full credit then. But so you may know a bit about it. Tell us about Stream 10.
So it's looking really good. So every 3 years, CentOS will branch off from Fedora, and that'll serve as the base for the next major version of RHEL. That happens in the CentOS project by RHEL engineers, but it's all happening in the open, so people can actually contribute to it, unlike the old CentOS model. So that's the big difference of, like, if you've been tuned out of it for a little while and you don't know what's going on, that's what's really different now, is it's RHEL getting built in the open. It's the major version of RHEL, and then the minor versions of RHEL branch off, and that becomes the actual product that's sold and certified and all of that fun stuff. But you can just use the major version, no restrictions, and hop in right now. And RHEL 10's not even out. That doesn't come out till probably Q2 of next year. And that's when a lot of the companies are going to be getting on it. But if you just want to start using it now, CentOS 10 is what we feel is pretty ready. It already has RHEL 10.0 features in it. Some people were confused because the RHEL 10 beta came out last month, and they're saying, well, what's the difference between this and the beta? Well, the beta is like a minor version before 0, and that branched off a few months ago. So CentOS Stream 10 is ahead of the beta, and basically is the GA early, if that makes sense.
I like this, the new stream model. It just makes, when we hear it now, right, instead of us having to get a CentOS off the product release, like, we're seeing what the product's going to be out here in the open. It's just neat.
Especially if you're building for that in the future. You can start working on today. I mean, it's no slouch either. I thought this was supposed to be like a really slouchy kind of conservative release, but you got Linux 6.12 and GNOME 47 in there. So,
well, you got to start on the fresh stuff, so that way whenever it's still the same, 5 years later, it's not too bad.
But I'm just looking at that right now. I'm like, that's not a bad desktop.
Python 3.12, that's going to be a nice one to have around for a while, I think.
Are you using it as a desktop, Carl?
I have it on one machine on my, I made one of those new framework external Coolmaster things. Like, I refreshed the motherboard in my framework and then took the old one and put it in that case. I put it on there and it works great, but I'm not using it as my daily driver. My daily driver is still a Fedora on a ThinkPad, but no, it works pretty good. A lot of the apps that people would want to install, they're getting from Apple, which is I know you know, Chris, but what I mainly work on. I help with CentOS also, but Apple's it's sort of like the Ubuntu universe. It's community maintain packages for that. We actually started that earlier than we ever had. We started that at Fedora's Flock conference this year, kind of as a soft launch before we announced it. And it's already up over 10,000 packages, and it has things that you would be looking for, like KDE Plasma or Chromium, a lot of things like that would be really useful, stuff you would want to use it for a desktop for. Wouldn't necessarily say it's designed to be used as a desktop. It's just a general purpose OS, but you can certainly do so if you want to.
I was blown away when I saw some of the numbers. 10,000 packages, 150 different Fedora package maintainers contributing to Apple. So as an end user, say I'm on Stream 10 and I want to consume Apple, is that like a DNF repository that I'm bringing into my box?
Right. Yeah, you can just do DNF install Apple-release, and we've got those instructions on the website. I've got another blog post I'll copy and paste in a minute when I'm not holding down the push-to-talk button.
Sure. This is really sweet. I mean, there's so much stuff in here. It really feels like a lot of what like there used to be it felt like such a separation between Fedora and CentOS in this regard.
Yeah, and that's something that's interesting that happened a few years back that didn't make a lot of news. A lot of people didn't really notice it. When I first started working at Red Hat in 2019, I was working on CentOS directly, and after a few years of doing that, my VP came to me and asked me if I wanted to start a team to focus on Apple, which is actually what I told the guy that hired me I wanted to do in the first place. I didn't actually ask to work on CentOS. It was just the best thing to work on at the time. Made sense. So I started that team working on Apple. The big thing, the reason that was justified, it doesn't make any money. We don't sell it, but it is because it's just a community repo, extra packages for RHEL and CentOS. But the reason it made a lot of sense was that we had customers telling us regularly, the reason I'm not upgrading from, say, RHEL 7 to RHEL 8 is because the community packages I need aren't available yet in Apple 8, but they're there in Apple 7. I know they're not supported, but I still need them to be present. So that was when the business decided, we probably should have at least one or two people focused on making sure this is in a healthy state. Apple 8 was really far behind at that point. Definitely didn't have 10,000 packages. In fact, Apple 8 launched late after RHEL 8, and that was a real pain point. It was taking a long time to get packages built out. We started Apple 9 early also, We started EPEL 9 with basically 0 packages at the same time as
Okay,
CentOS
like a
Stream 9,
glass.
but that was still like 6 months before RHEL 9, so it was still a big celebration. Hey, we started it but way before RHEL. This is awesome. Now we actually started it even earlier, and then gave maintainers time to build out a few packages before we announced it. So instead of announcing with 0 packages and getting flack about that, we waited a little while, built it up, and then announced
I
it
only
with
need
10,000
one? I only
packages.
need one.
I was going to ask if you could maybe talk about like what does it take to get 10,000 packages prepared and built and ready to be served to users who are going to be pulling them down now.
A lot of volunteers. A lot of those actually are Rust libraries. I noticed that. I started looking at some of what it was made up. It's not that it's all just a bunch of Rust libraries that you wouldn't care about yourself, but there's a lot of applications that the way they're built out in Fedora's packages will be there's a library and a binary command. Think like the FD find replacement thing. There'll be a library and the binary for that. Then it'll also have whatever 1-2 dozen libraries that it depends on. We have the Fedora Rust SIG is super active, especially one guy I'll give a special shout out to, Fabio. He's built the most of those packages, and a lot of those are Rust-based applications and the libraries that they need to build. But it's not just Rust. KDE itself has a ton of dependencies and a ton of applications. That's a coworker of mine. I don't know Fabio's last name offhand. I know his Fedora username. The other guy, the KDE guy, Troy Dawson, he's a coworker of mine. Great guy. He's actually the EPEL steering committee chair, and he works on the CentOS Stream release engineering team. And he works on KDE just as a volunteer thing on the side. It's not even what he's paid to work on at all. He just does that because he loves KDE. And that's a whole lot of packages that I've got to get built and shipped
That's
out
a
there.
lot
Boy, we
to make
appreciate
a
that.
compressed stone,
Yeah.
but also
It's really,
not entirely.
the short
durable.
answer is it's a lot of dedicated volunteers that really want to see this happen, see it be
Oh, so that's how
successful.
you get clay.
They have packages they care about that they maintain in Fedora, and then they want to use them either on CentOS now or later, or RHEL later,
stick
or
a
even
button
some
in
of
the
the RHEL clones and alternatives later on. They want to use
Stick.
them there.
Man, I am really just grateful when I think about it, and
Button.
I'm impressed that this is still a priority, for Red Hat and for the Fedora community. I mean, clearly it's been a priority for some people. It kind of makes me
water out of dirt.
rethink how I frame some of these distributions. Stream 10 available now. Go get it with Linux 6.12, Python 3.12, Rust 182, and GNOME 47. Any other thoughts, Carl, before we move on?
No, that was the main thing. I just wanted to let people know it was happening, and we were happy about it.
Yeah, it's really great to see, and we'll have links in the show notes, of course. Thanks for joining us, Carl, even though you're on the road. Appreciate getting it straight from one of the co-authors and the author.
Yeah, of course. No, I was definitely involved. I was proofreading and tweaking and helping change things. I did write the CentOS Stream 10 release notes for the most part. Well, it wasn't just me, but I put the final thing together and said, no, we don't need this. We do need this. We're missing this. And got a lot of feedback from people. I appreciate everyone that helped me get those. The few people that know who they are, I reached out to. I was like, hey, can you
suspect
proofread
this
this
is gonna
and
be a
tell me
thing
like
that
what am
you're
I
gonna wanna
missing
do
here?
a
What are
lot
people
of.
going to say? How did you not
But there's
mention
probably
this?
better ways of doing it.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's like a new baby's born, right? And you're going to watch it grow up and become a RHEL adult one day.
One day, very soon. It's not that far off.
Yeah, it moves fast. All right, very good, Carl. Enjoy the fam and the trip. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining
I'm
us.
going to duck on out of here, but it was great talking to y'all. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks, sir. While we're talking about Fedora, the project leader, Matthew Miller, made some news this week. He announced that after a decade, he is going to step down from the leadership role.
Big news.
Yeah. He says in the post that he was initially aiming for a 5-year term, but then he extended his tenure because it felt like there was still more to do. And after 10 years, he thinks it's probably time for a new leadership at the top. Some new ideas, he says.
I have no idea what Laser IO is
The search for a new leader, this is from the post, will begin in a job posting from Red Hat. The goal of appointing a successor by early 2025, that's the goal, to coincide with the release of Fedora 42. He also plans to then mentor the next Fedora project leader to just help with a smooth transition. He says, quote, I'm stepping into a full-time role in the Community Linux Engineering Organization. So Fedora will be part of my day job, just in a different way.
I think you got to respect a lot about this. Not only are you, Matthew's going to stick around, be available, clearly cares about the transition and how that's going to go. But you're also kind of like recognizing that, maybe not even close to burned out or anything, but just that there are opportunities here for other people who have ideas and they should have a chance to try it. And maybe they have more energy to make the next version of Fedora great.
And Brent, it does sort of feel like we've been talking about this kind of newish era of Linux desktop that maybe is a little more well, like silver blue. And perhaps if we are transitioning into this, maybe it is time for fresh ideas.
Well, I sure hope so. I mean, we have so many people in the Linux community who've been working on projects for a long time, but there needs to be room for new people as well, right? And I'm excited to see what's going to come down the pipe in terms of some of these changes and like bring on the new ideas.
I love that it glows.
Although I will say it's still great to see that, Matthew still wants to be involved. So looking forward to what's going to come down the pipe.
It's also just a nice time to reflect on all that he's done. I mean, he's come on this show numerous times, super active in the community at all these events. It's really been a wonderful face for Fedora.
And sort of the 42 release is kind of a nice transitionary moment. This is a nice solid round number. But to your point about him coming on the show, that's our primary experience interfacing with Matthew is through the show. And at events, we almost always run into him at events. Every event that we go to, really. And I think Matthew really brought a new, fresh, and smart take on Fedora's approach to online media. Not to really disparage the folks before Matthew, but Matthew really understood that YouTube and podcasts and a lot of that kind of coverage was sort of the new media of Linux. And your Linux magazines were kind of fading. And the old way of giving somebody an interview a month before where they write an article a month after that, and then maybe it kind of lands around the time the distribution lands. That was kind of an old strategy. Matthew figured out that, hey, I could come on the show the day we have a new Fedora release, and I could pop in the mumble room and I could just tell the guys about it, and we could answer questions and just talk about it. And that was a real fresh take on how to communicate directly with the community and the people that are actually using Fedora. And so I hope, future leadership also has that same perspective, and I bet they will. I think Matthew's kind of instilled that as sort of one of the project's values. So he's done a great job. We've all had personal experiences with him. I remember when we went out to Indian food and we got something just crazy spicy. that was a lot of fun. You remember that? That was a good time. That was the things, a lot of great times off air. We had great times on air. And,
I'm going to figure out how to automate that.
Off air.
Anyway.
So we have a lot of gratitude towards his work. And that's something to celebrate when Fedora 42 drops.
Ooh, there's more to look forward to from Fedora 42, though, because there's maybe going to be a Fedora Cosmic Desktop spin.
I would love to see this. I think Fedora could be a premier Cosmic Desktop, the premier Ubuntu alternative, if you will. They wrote the benefit to Fedora in the proposal would be, well, Fedora is already one of the most popular choices for Cosmic out there, next to Pop! OS, obviously. And having an official spin for Cosmic is a logical next step to bring these users to a more streamlined Fedora experience. For example, making use of the ISO generation for spins. Cosmic is also shaping up to be a great desktop with a great experience.
Just remind ourselves what Alpha 4 is where we're at with Cosmic. It's cool to see this effort moving ahead before we even got like a 1.0.
It does seem like that would be the time to get in.
Yeah, I mean, we're ironing all these things out so you can have a really nice 1.0 shipped, I expect, in the future.
As a former Lizard friend, I'm curious if you were going to give Cosmic a spin, say, to review on the show, and there was a Fedora spin that was top-notch, and then you got Pop! OS, which is obviously going to be a top-notch. Which would you be more likely to try?
I still need string. That's why I didn't continue with that.
Ooh, I mean, it seems like you should probably try the Pop! OS one, but really the real answer is we should try both. See how they compare, see how they take the different directions. But I have to say, Fedora, I'm going to give a huge round of applause because they've been embracing newer, promising projects for the last year and doing some cool work there and just saying, hey, if you want to try something new and different and you think it's going to go places, come to Fedora and we'll make it happen. And I think huge applause there.
My hot take is, once you got the spin, then you don't have to use apt, you got DNF. It's Cosmic.
Ooh, that's attractive.
Tiny in our live Matrix chat says, I'm using Cosmic on Fedora on my laptop right now. It's pretty all right. It works with my passkey. The only problem I have is the shortcuts are more Mac-like and less like Plasma or Windows.
Yeah, okay.
I could see that. I think I think System 76 is rightfully targeting folks that might be a little more power user, maybe more developer-focused users that don't really want the Mac platform, but maybe are coming from an old MacBook. Imagine how many developers out there, like just web devs writing JavaScript, are probably just like on Intel MacBooks.
Oh yeah.
That's got to be a huge market you could soak up with a good Cosmic desktop on a nice Intel-based Linux laptop, I would think. So I hope Fedora does it. It is a proposal, and you'll never guess that. You'll just be shocked, I would say, to hear that Neil's name is on the proposal.
Who would have?
Who would have guessed, right? Now, if we say his name 3 times, I think he shows up in the moment. And also Ryan Brew's on there as well. So there's 2 names on the proposal. I'll kind of keep an eye on it and see where it goes. And then, kind of like not in the proposal stage, but taking a look over at Ubuntu 24.10, there's like low-key conversation about replacing GNOME Terminal with, how do we say it, Wes?
Good question. Tixis?
Yeah, it's something like that, I think. P-T-Y, okay, X-I-S. And this is that terminal that's kind of supercharged and container ready. It was introduced as an optional terminal in Ubuntu 24.10. It's not the default. GNOME Console, the newer one, remains the default in 2504 daily builds as of right now for the next release. However, looking through the communication around desktop team, Canonical software engineer Jeremy Baca said that maybe we should, quote, recommend replacing GNOME Terminal with PyTis or PyTis. And I would love to see this because
heavy.
I'm not really sure what GNOME folks are doing. God bless, I recently switched over to GNOME 47 on my home workstation and I've really been enjoying it. But almost immediately, it becomes obvious that GNOME Console is a real weak spot of the desktop. Very watered down, very basic, feels like an app that's been rebooted 3 times.
I actually really like how it is.
I find that kind of ironic because the terminal is sort of inherently a power user tool. And so I don't quite understand making it crappy. I understand making it clean. I understand making the interface simple. But I don't understand making it crappy and basic and bad. And then doing it a second time for something that is inherently, by its very nature, a power user tool.
4, 5,
right, where
6,
console
7,
is like
8,
one
9.
of the best terminal applications, period. Not for Linux desktop, but just period, right? That's what Plasma ships. One of the best terminals, period, right? That's what Plasma ships. GNOME keeps doing this weird thing with their terminal. I don't know if it's maybe it's like technical debt they had to get rid of.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is,
right
but
there.
I completely support this idea to switch.
It just kind of feels like, all right, we're going to change it, which, okay, but then it's never quite done? Or...
No, it's like it didn't finish.
Yeah, right. It just gets set down on the shelf again and kind of never touched again.
And then we start with a new one. Yeah. And so I have been, and I would love some input from the audience because I have been really enjoying GNOME 47 except the terminal. And I don't want to replace it with something Electron-based. I don't really need it to be super fancy, but, I would like it to have some features where maybe I could set the width and stuff like that reliably, like things like that. So
have you thought about like an old virtual terminal or not like a physical console setup?
Cool.
To like a serial port or something?
That's a great idea, Wes. I don't really have room in the RV for that, but I really like where your head's at. Maybe I could get like a Visa mount, and I could just mount like an old terminal above my widescreen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be something. Maybe it's PyTix or however you say it.
Tixis?
Tixis? Not sure. I'm not really sure. But otherwise, I think GNOME 47's been pretty nice. It feels like they've really gotten a good spot. It feels really tight. Other than now, I'm kind of over there looking at Thunder, thinking.
I do think this, terminal app. It's quite the little rise from kind of,
yeah,
popping into smaller distros, things like uBlue, and then now we've got it up being a recommended replacement.
1password.com/unplugged. That's the number 1, password.com/unplugged. If you are in IT or if you're in a company that could use something like this, I want you to pay close attention. Do you think end users are always, and I mean always without exception, using company-approved devices and company-approved applications? I don't think so. It's just not really possible in today's world. I mean, you connect so many things to different accounts. There's new devices coming out all the time. Herding cats is putting it lightly. It's nearly impossible to expect everyone to stick to all company apps and all company devices all the time. Employees are going to have their own phones, their own tablets, their own laptops. their own smart
No,
TV. I
yeah,
just
some
read
you
through
can.
the EULA on my smart TV. By the way, you can plug your calendar into it. Yikes. So the obvious next question is how do you keep your company's data safe when it's sitting on all these unmanaged apps and devices and don't make users' end life miserable? Well, 1Password has the answer to this. It's Extended Access Management. 1Password Extended Access Management helps you secure every sign-in for every app on every device because it's solving problems that your traditional IAMs and MDMs just can't touch. It's security for the way we actually work today, and it makes end users' lives actually much easier. It reduces friction between IT and the end users. It's generally available for companies with Okta and Microsoft Entra. It's also in beta for Google Workspace customers. It's really easy to get started, and they have more information at onepassword.com/unplugged. This could be the thing that just unlocks this for your company. Check it out and support the show. onepassword.com/unplugged.
Well, it's been a couple of weeks since we talked about Linux 6.12. I think episode 589 is the last time we talked about it. And you both have been brave enough to be running that kernel with a special function ever since. You want to give us an update?
Yeah. Okay. So 6.12 came out, and we were excited because the long out of tree preempt RT patch set had been finally merged with 6.12. And so I built a custom patched kernel to enable that, and then built it, and both Chris and I started running it on one of our workstations.
As one does.
As one does.
Because, at first we wanted to just try it for audio testing. And then I was like...
Which it did great at.
Yeah. And then I was like, wait a minute. The actual whole computer feels faster. And you noticed that too.
I did.
And then I'm like, well, now I can't not have this because the entire desktop interface feels a little snappier. Even, it's strange to say, but even Firefox tabs open a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Terminal, the console to everything.
Yeah, everything is just a little tiny bit faster. And once you've turned everything up a little bit, you really want it. You want it real bad. So, yeah, went ahead and threw Wes's custom-built kernel on my machine, which was quite the adventure.
Yeah, rootkit and everything. I mean, what?
Is that what all that network activity was? And I definitely hit a few snakes. But you didn't, so I want to hear your overall impressions first before I say the negative stuff.
Yeah, okay. Well, I would say one snake but it took me a while to realize that maybe it was going on. I think, by and large, had a great time, been very snappy, and, with preempt, you're kind of trading having lower latency for reduced throughput, but, doing stuff like rendering audio or other things where throughput's more of my concern, and you and Plasma here putting it in, performance-oriented mode and everything. Like I still seemed totally fine. So overall, I was quite happy. Except I noticed that my machine just seemed to be running hotter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your fans were going more?
Yeah, even in in performance mode, sure, but just in the normal hybrid sort of balance between energy saving and performance,
Oh, I was just commenting to Brent that my fan is running more, and I thought maybe it was because I switched to GNOME. But maybe it's the RT kernel.
And, in a desktop rig or if you weren't doing stuff where the fans were, there's plenty of cases where maybe I wouldn't care if the machine was still at safe operating temperatures and, adequately cool and all that.
Right, but this is audio we're doing right here, and
Yes.
you don't
And
want
then
your fan going. And...
I was also using this just on the off time, sitting on my lap, on the couch while I'm watching TV.
Oh, it's so
and
annoying.
The fans are going, and it's getting noticeably hot, which if I'm not just browsing the web, it should not normally do.
And this machine, it doesn't do that. Weird. Okay, I see. Mine's on my B-Link, so I'm not going on battery or moving it around. And it has a pretty crappy fan in there already, so I just sort of assumed it was inadequate fan combined with extra storage and stuff. But yeah, my fan is going more often as well.
It's enough that I started turning it down just to hey, chill out machine, so you're using your fan.
Are you using the performance profiles in Plasma?
Yep.
Yeah. I should try that. And you notice a difference when you change?
Oh, very much. Immediately.
Okay. I'll try that. Oh, wait. I think GNOME you can still
The
do
problem
it.
is, at least for me, in the let's see. So there's, right now I'm in the balanced one, and then there's power save and performance. It is fun toggling while you're rendering audio because it just, the speed immediately changes.
Yeah.
The power save, which does a great job of not running the fans, is just, it's the opposite, right? Everything's a little slower.
Yeah.
New tabs,
Yeah.
changing windows. So I prefer really not to have to run it.
Right.
except if I'm on a plane trying to save battery.
It makes me think like if I was on a desktop that was well cooled, this would be a no problem kind of thing. But when you're on a little tiny computer or a laptop, you kind of notice it. But you didn't have.
I didn't have your problem, and I thought that I might have further problems because in my patching, I actually had to patch the Intel i915 driver, which is, at least at the time of the 612 kernel we were building, disabled because it isn't fully. You can get into problems where something could get preempted at a time that wasn't safe to do so, which has not seemingly been a problem for me.
I love that you're just YOLO'd into that. You're like, well, we'll see. It's probably fine.
Amber,
Yeah, no,
how
for
you
me, so my system's AMD graphics, so I don't really have to worry about the Intel driver. But I had this really kind of persistent system lockup that would happen. And, I'm probably running 3 Electron apps, Telegram, Firefox, maybe, 7 tabs of Firefox plus another Firefox window, maybe a video or media playing. And I probably have a console open. I may or may not have Steam in the background, but it's not like anything's maxed. System's usually sitting with plenty of free RAM. I'm like literally like probably 30 gigs free.
Wow.
And
a couple times
maybe I'm at 0.5 system load. So we're totally fine on resources. And it doesn't matter if I'm actively using the machine or just letting it sit there. About 4 or 5 times a day, it just hard locks. Just hard locks. And it's an interesting thing because if, say, I'm watching video, the first thing I'd notice, and it all happens within a few seconds, but the first thing I would notice is the video pauses. My mouse works, and like if I'm in a text editor, for a second or so, the text editor is still working. Because I've always noticed, like, hey, why is my video paused? What's going on? And I'll stop typing, and then all of a sudden everything's locked, and my mouse is locked, and the only thing I can do is hard power it off, and then boot back up. And I mean, how long? I mean, it's been, 3 weeks?
So
I
what's
lived
next
with
on
that
the magical to-do list?
for 2 or 3 weeks because I loved the speed.
A melter.
And
you were tolerating multiple hard locks a day.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I just didn't want to switch back. But it was bad.
So I need to
I'm
make
crazy.
grout.
I know,
And grout
it's
is
ridiculous.
clay, sand, and gravel.
But I
It's
really
kind
like
of a
it.
nice
Clay.
stress test, right?
Yes,
Like your
I can make
ButterFS file
sand
system
grout.
didn't get corrupted.
That's for sure. I was surprised.
40 sand.
I lost very little work.
Hey,
I lost more work here at home.
How was
or in the
you?
studio
pretty good.
than
How
I did
was
at
you?
home with my machine lock. I've lost more work just with random internet.
Okay.
We lost power this
I
weekend
had
at the studio.
I had a
lost,
fun
like, half the
hospital
dock
to
I worked
visit.
on.
It was all kinds of fun.
So that was thankfully.
Oh.
Oh yeah. That's why I just suddenly disappeared again for a minute there.
What happened?
Basically, I woke up and I was like, oh, I gotta use the bathroom. And then I couldn't. And then there was blood. And then there was vomiting. It was bad.
Fun.
Yeah, I ended up in the hospital for 6 days.
Damn.
Yeah. Turns out, a little bit diabetic. Didn't know. And by a little bit, I
Okay.
mean actually,
Okay. At least now you found out.
yeah, no, and yeah, my turns out my intestines were dying, so not great.
Type 1, type 2.
Don't know yet.
Okay. Still waiting on that.
Yeah. But I got insulin now, so
If you're on insulin, that's type 1.
No, it can be either one because the insulin deals with insulin. What's it called? Insensitivity as well.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, no, but no. In this case, we just they haven't worked it out yet. But I'm sure they will.
So apparently Twitch doesn't like sending bot messages.
It doesn't?
No, because I send. You see that?
I didn't know they made a third Stoneblock. Yeah. Okay, I see it now.
I sent that 5 minutes ago.
I see both of them came through at the same time at the bottom of my chat here.
That's weird.
Yeah. Delayed send, I guess?
Maybe. No,
Definitely
didn't
not
know they made a
supposed to.
third one.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know it either. And then I was like, "Ooh, there's a third Stoneblock." And I haven't looked at. I'm curious. What's the mod? Uh,
Which one? Chickens?
no, storage. We
Um,
have refined storage and AE2, so you can pick again. I'm glad that the second one not letting you pick was annoying.
best way to find out is 16384K.
That's AE2 and applied botanics as well.
There you go. So
But if you look up controller, right, there's a refined storage controller here, which can
yeah,
apparently be attuned with portable energy storage as well. But there's also the ME2, the AE2 controller as well, and both are craftable.
nuts. One is substantially easier than the other.
Skystone, and yeah. Although I do appreciate the option to allow you to manufacture your ME controller bits using Create instead of the inscriber.
Okay, so it's not as far off as you would think.
Yeah. Actually, I really like this because the inscriber's a pain in the ass to automate, but a Create deployer isn't.
Create is easy.
Mm-hmm. You can automate Create with AE2.
Without having to deal with the bullshit of trying to automate AE2 systems.
Mm-hmm. Now that's just smelting. Quartz orange tire and that okay, and that's just smelting as well. Machine casing? That's just quartz
Yeah, I was
orange
going to say the
iron.
hardest thing.
There's nothing you would need to automate to make your controller or anything like that for this. So
Fossil Rich Iron's really easy in basic mod packs.
mm-hmm. Well, in this case, I just have to go and dig a long tunnel because it's the same as the other time, where there's a layer of nether
Crushed
and then a layer of
diorite.
end. Diorite is I found andesite. Andesite is on the top and bottom layers.
Okay.
Followed by deep slate.
Yep.
I just put that stuff away, and I didn't mean to because I need to make a route.
So I've been a bit addicted to Blackthroat recently.
I noticed that. You also didn't reply when I messaged you on Steam.
I don't get notifications for stuff like that.
Fair enough. I was like, didn't you know that game's rated 18 plus in Australia?
Yeah, I saw in most of Europe.
Yeah, but meanwhile, EA Sports FA or FE or whatever it is rated 3 plus. One of them contains actual gambling. The other one's rated 18 plus.
Yes.
For gambling.
Yes.
That is wildly stupid. Jesus Christ.
But no, I've been playing it modded, so
Fair enough.
chaos ensues and I sit around for 20 minutes while it tries to calculate.
I mean, at least they haven't, gone and done that thing that they did with GTA San Andreas at one time.
Hey,
Where's
what's that?
hot coffee mod?
Oh.
Yeah, that whole situation was So stupid. Like, genuinely. Like,
Okay, so go on.
like yes, the content was technically in the game, the animations were in the game. None of the rest of it was. It was a mod.
Yeah.
Which just blows my mind that happened.
See, with Pro, you can play it vanilla, and it's still a phenomenal game.
Oh yeah, I mean, did
I
it
mean,
win or just come close to winning the game award? It was one of
it came close. It came close.
yeah.
No, it's also broken boundaries in the sense of it's one of the few games as of recent that is on every available platform.
Fair enough. In fairness, most of the time that's just because it's difficult to get on every platform.
Yeah. But no, modded it and it's insanity.
Mm-hmm.
There's numbers with ease inside of ease inside of more ease.
Industrial hemp is taking a very long time to grow, and I think it's supposed to require sunlight to grow.
That could be an issue.
So what I'm gonna try is I'm just gonna like put a torch right next to this and see if it grows, because that's like
Yeah.
same as sunlight in theory. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my compost bin where it's over there. I'm going to put some leaves in it. I wish it didn't use the shitty vanilla mechanic of matter is just weird and sometimes it kills and sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to see what happens when I bone meal it. Apparently the Beast game show's out. I was cut, so doing my boycott of the show. Oh. Okay, so it did immediately grow as soon as I applied bone meal. I need string to make progress at this point.
Wait, am I putting 2 and 2 together?
What?
I remember a while ago Emperor had a thing that he couldn't tell us about that he was doing. Was it the
Oh.
Beast games?
Yeah, was that what you were doing? I didn't even think about
If
that.
so,
You're right.
if so, that's pretty cool.
Where's my axe?
But at the last minute.
Damn. That would have been fun to watch you play.
Oh, but you'll be in the YouTube video though. It's not as cool as being on the show, but you've made it into one of the videos because he posted the entire process of eliminating everyone before the actual show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was the video titled 2,000 People Fight for $5 million. And it was posted yesterday.
Fair enough. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, being able to use bulk blasting to turn logs into charcoal is by far the best way to make any kind of fuel, in my opinion. Right there. Set up a tree farm and just make charcoal and burn it for whatever you need. Because it costs you nothing. Anyway, a log chicken is made by mechanically crafting a pile of logs around an egg, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. I was wondering if I could hit it with an axe. Ooh, hang on. We've got botany pots. Do we have hopping botany pots? We do. So that's terracotta. Why does it need soap? Oh, that's just to make it in regular
Soap?
terracotta. So I need bricks, and then I need just brown terracotta, which is made by a block of clay. So I just need clay.
Yeah, I was going to say terracotta, shove a block of clay in a furnace.
Hopping botany pot is just add a hopper. Okay. Because that would honestly probably be the thing to do for my string problem, because it should just grow in there. That being said, I did just get 12 industrial hemp fiber, but still. Use a pickaxe to cut down the rest of this tree.
So, how much do you know about Ashes of Creation?
I know nothing.
Really?
Genuinely.
It's...
Alright, I need to make some glass.
It's an MMORPG that's currently in alpha.
I actually haven't heard of it, so.
So... It... Okay, the best way to explain it is, in an alpha state, the current size of it is bigger than Skyrim.
Really?
There are 5 nodes currently active. And on release, there's going to be something like 82.
Okay.
This game is going to be ginormous.
Does it mean it sounds like it? Yeah.
There's no fast travel system. There's only, at the moment, there's only 5 flying mounts in the entire game at one time.
You mean like only 5 people have one, or there's only 5 of them
Yes,
that you can
yes,
possibly
no,
get?
as in there's only 5 of them you can possibly get. You have to be the mayor of a town in order to have a flying mount.
Huh. Okay. Odd
But
requirement.
you do still get... Well, otherwise it's too broken and
Ooh, I got a bronze pack.
removes a lot of the strategy element of the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because this game is all about building up towns, and it's very much distance is your best friend.
Okay.
No, the nicest. So at the moment, it's $120 to get into the alpha.
Yeesh.
But that's access to. So it was 120 for access to Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Beta 1, Beta 2, and then also a full month of game time after release, as well as $15 of in-game credit.
Okay. It's still... Yee. I mean, it's not terrible, to be fair. It's not... I mean, I get, like,
On release?
They have to pay for it. See you later, Emperor.
Yeah, this is a live service alpha, so it's expected, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I said, they have to pay for it somehow.
Yeah. And then we've got on release, it's going to be a monthly subscription price of $15.
Okay. Cheaper than some. What was I doing again? How did I make gravel?
Yeah, break making grout.
I've already done gravel. I'm trying to. It was. I needed sand. That's what it is. I'm making casts out of sand.
But no, there's also no upfront cost for it on release.
So just like a free trial thing?
No, so release day, it's going to be no cost other than the $15 for the subscription.
Okay. What how long until people have private servers up?
I doubt they will.
You say that, but I mean, a lot of games I've noticed end up with private servers, even if they're like little tiny in the background things.
So far, just for alpha, they have 43 servers all meshed together. So this is why I doubt that there's going to be privatized servers. For the fact of the sheer size of the game, it's meshed servers. It's not even all ran off one.
Right, but I mean, people just do it anyway.
If someone does it, fair fucking play to them, because that's a lot of infrastructure.
How do I? Okay, it says it's indicating that I can make a cast out of sand. Out of gold, red sand, and regular sand.
So how would you make one out of sand?
Blank sand
Oh,
cast.
place the thing that you want in the cast and then put the sand on top.
Got it.
Also helps if you turn them into casts first.
Well, no, that was the problem I was having. It wasn't giving me the crafting recipe until I told it to do it through that. Did it just...
Understand.
Okay, I will take a tier 2 cobble gen. Just
cool.
The other one.
For achievements.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I needed one. I've already got a tier 1. Now I've got a tier 1 and a tier 2.
I'd laugh if you claimed the achievement for the tier 2 one, it gave you a tier 3 one.
Technically could happen. Nope, giving me a living wood twig.
Oh.
Also, this
Not
list...
sure how useful that'd be.
This list, I am certain, expands over time.
Out of interest, which version of Minecraft is it?
118.
Oh, wow. So late Project E and Avaricia. Also looks like Project E expanded.
So it does have antimatter relays.
Yeah, that's EX then, isn't it? Does that mean the stone tablets are in?
Project E... Not seeing...
No, it's Project E.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit away from that still.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not surprised.
Well, it is literally labeled as endgame. So, I mean, it's not entirely surprising.
No, but I'm glad that they don't give it to you right away, unlike some mod packs.
Yeah, having it at the end, yeah. Although I
Because
have
before now it's
seen,
been like, yeah, I want it at the beginning. Now it's a case of I want to get through it, get to the end, then at the end it's a case of, okay, cool. It makes my life a bit easier. I've still got to do work though.
yeah. But I mean, Project E properly set up and properly gated to restrict the things you can do with it can be a really good, easy early game mod. But it's so rarely done properly.
There was the one mod pack we played where it was done very well.
Yeah, yeah. Where you just because like it wasn't really abusable.
It was a case of you could put things like sticks and saplings in. I think you could just about put cobblestone in. Most later game things like blaze rods and stuff you couldn't put in. I remember that.
You know,
And then you get the mod packs that add like all of AE into it, and it's like now that is broken. What are you gonna do for power?
I don't know yet, but what I'm looking at right now, the downside of using refined storage, the major downside, is that the wireless terminals have a range limit.
Yeah.
A2.
So does Project E.
No, A2.
Not Project E, AE2.
Doesn't necessarily.
You need cards to expand AE2 along with power requirements.
And you can do the same with refined storage, where you can actually reach infinite, which is the thing.
Yeah. AE2 requires mods to go infinite. Refined storage, I believe, does not.
Now, that being said, if it comes down to it, I'll just go into the config file and I'll just set the AE2's, or refined storage's, upgrades to, like, some absurd number of blocks.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Yeah, because honestly, if one can do it, both should be able.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you see how I made that cast?
Put the cast in, right click it with the stick, put the stick in it, and then you take the stick out, and then you got a cast.
Yeah, otherwise, I bet if you left it in there, it would just burn the stick. But yeah.
Yeah, it would. It'd be funny if it turned it into a glass cast afterwards.
Yeah, actually, it would, especially if it then if it broke after being used as a glass cast.
Yeah, you get 2 uses out of it, and then it's done.
Yeah. Now that being said, I only saw glass and glass. I only saw sand, red sand, and gold. So.
Yeah, I think sandcasts are 1 use only. But they're very easy to make.
Yeah, they're literally just sand. At that point, it almost isn't worth it to bother. If only because then you need the original item every time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, I was doing a thing. The thing I needed string for was this. The encased fan. I made all the parts except for the propeller, and I needed the string to make the engineer's hammer, to wit, that. I have acquired string. Now I need 2 sticks and 2 iron.
There is another route you could have gone.
Is there?
Yeah, you could have gone down the route of summoning animals and then sharing sheep.
I could have done that, actually. You're absolutely right. I could also have figured out how to get flax seeds.
Yes. I enjoy it when there's multiple ways to a solution early game.
Yeah. And I also could have... Apparently there is strategically located dungeons around the spawn point. So you could find a spider spawner as well.
Okay.
Alright, so I need to grab my shaft, my casing, and I have to craft a propeller.
I wonder if you could make spawners.
Maybe?
Although I don't think Ender.io exists anymore, unless there's another one that does it.
R.I.P. I miss the old Ender.io before they tried to make it too complicated. Which is, I think, part of what
Go
killed
back
it.
to the days of 1.7.10.
Yeah. 1.7.10 Ender.io was perfect. It was exactly what it needed to be. It was wires. It was a great big ass capacitor bank that you can stuff things into charge. It was convenient. It was nice to use, and you didn't need like this arbitrary secondary power system that is only useful for this one mod and requires a ton of space and is honestly a pain in the ass, and there's no good reason for it. And I think that is a big reason why
I think the
it
last
died.
good version of Ender.io was 1.12.2. It died in 1.16.
I mean, part of it is that it didn't get updated, to be absolutely fair.
Yes, but
But the reason it didn't get updated
the
was
same
'cause
time-
no one really wanted to, because the mod was just... It lost its charm when it tried to get too complicated.
it tried to be something it wasn't intended to be.
Ooh, I got another Hearthstone. Just put that with the other Hearthstone.
They really put Hearthstones into Minecraft.
Teleports a player to the personal spawn point, or, if enabled, the world spawn. Can be enchanted with unbreaking and mending.
Yep. That's the same thing in WoW.
I thought you were going to say Hearthstone.
Nearly did. I nearly did.
Okay.
I very
so-
nearly did.
Yeah. Now it wants
And then I
me
went,
to...
nope, it's World of Warcraft.
So it wants me to wash gravel and stuff.
Oh, wash one piece of gravel, one piece of sand, one piece of clay, you'll be done with it, because it just wants one of the things found in it.
Yeah, but I also want to properly set it up.
Yeah.
So, I've got shafts, not many, but a couple. I'm going to... Ah, yes, I made the hammer. I got 3 mob masher upgrade smite.
Huh.
Those will be useful later. What was that?
Sorry, there's just a absolutely ginormous spider among them.
And you were going ooh at it?
As in, I'm backing away going, what the fuck at it?
Fair enough.
I don't like spiders at all. They need to die a miserable death.
Laser nodes, huh? I have no idea how laser nodes are supposed to work. When I booted up what? When I booted up this pack to test it the other day, just make sure it would actually work and everything. A temporal pouch.
Sorry, that spider was like twice the size of my fist.
Oh, that is terrifying. Are you in Australia?
Now you understand. No, I'm not. Now you understand this why I made the sound I did. Oh, temporal pouch. That thing's cool as shit.
Extremely
It's
useful.
you remember the Watch of Flowing Time and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's that, but a
And
single.
the acceleration wand, it's...
I was kind of hoping it could go into one of my slots there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that BB.
No. What, there was that one item that we would... Bottle of Time.
Yeah.
It's the new Bottle of Time.
All right, so I have. Okay, I'm gonna probably.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right. I need to make a water wheel. That's what I need. Just planks around a shaft. I can handle that. Oh, functional storage. Okay. I wonder what mod it is that's causing it to tick like that. They've redone this. I like it. Actually, yeah, we do want. Oh, not that. That. And I need water. I think I can do better. Because I think...
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
My heart attack is now over.
Excellent. They've redesigned the look of these. I like it. If I recall correctly, they also made it so they don't care what direction you spin them with the water.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that dealing with the spider That size was not on my list today.
It never is. Ripped my iron pick. I have no idea how much. Yeah. Also, I have no idea what mod it is that I've got in the world now. But look at the frame rate graph.
Smooth.
Well, it was actually a perfectly flat line before.
Thank God it's not a heartbeat.
That's fair.
I'm pretty sure that person will be near enough dead.
I think they would be beyond dead. That is significantly beyond death. Like their heart is actually just twitching in their chest at that point. Oh my god. When I was in the hospital, I was in the intensive care unit for like a day.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they put you in the ICU.
Yeah, so somebody came in, right? It was an older woman. She was like in her 80s. She had a pacemaker. Her heart was going too fast, and she was very calm as she explains to the doctor that she did 4 lines of coke. And the doctor was like,
80-year-old just oh my god.
yeah. So the doctor's like, thank you for telling me. You did the right thing. I'm gonna be right back. And
She's living her best life, she is.
yeah. God damn. She's having a good time. And she's been having it for a long time.
Or 80-year-olds need to have a better time.
Yeah. Anyway, they ended up hitting her with the defibrillator 4 times. She was fine, a little bit confused by the end, but fine. But they had to shock her heart back into a normal rhythm, even with the defibrillator, even with her pacemaker.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
4 lines of coke will do that. To you.
Jesus Christ. Thing is, though, how big were the lines? That's my question.
I don't know. But by
you
the
know
point
what I mean.
that your heart is doing that, I think you're almost beyond the point of it mattering.
She had to have done like a good 2 to 3 grams of coke.
Yeah. Hey, nimble. But yeah, no, that was a thing that I witnessed, and I was like, oh. Well, heard. More
Not
than
something you witness every day.
No. Oh, I also got to follow a murder investigation in real time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it happened at about 4 a.m. Well, 5 a.m.
Yeah, I suppose you're in a hospital. You're not really going to be sleeping.
Well, actually, I was in the beginnings of a migraine that ended quite terribly a couple hours later. But yeah, I was awake, and there was a woman, or a man. Sorry, a man. He was carried in by 4 cops, and they put him in like an isolation room.
Yeah.
And I caught the full story before they knew that if it was going to be a murder or not even. Dude had gotten out of a mental hospital like a couple days before.
Yeah.
And had gone and gotten really, really high.
Ah.
Like, beyond high. Like, he was screaming
Like,
random
this
colors
is-
for hours.
this is. I'm surprised you're not dead.
Yes. Now, the problem that the cops had when they brought him in is obviously they didn't know it was a murder yet, because what had happened is he had called his parents to come pick him up. Presumably
Okay.
while he was still lucid enough to do so.
Yeah.
And then he's in the car, and he is apparently demanding that his mother look him in the whites. At least that's what he thought he was doing. And his whites, of course, being his eyes, but yeah, that's how fucked up he was.
Yeah.
And she's, of course, driving. So she can't really do that.
No.
So he grabs the wheel, crashes the car into a tree, grabs some broken glass, and starts stabbing her.
Oh, this man is completely lost his mind.
Yes.
He don't even know he doing it at this point.
Yeah. His dad ended up tackling him to the ground and holding him there, got stabbed a couple times himself, survived. Mother got rushed to the hospital and did not. A different hospital.
Yeah.
So yeah. He was in that isolation room just screaming random colors for like 3 hours before he started to come down.
God damn.
Like, literally, it was like red, white, black, green, blue, white, white, red, red, red. That was the level of high he was at.
God. Yeah. That's high.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about what I need to do next year. But yeah, no, it was kind of sad, if I'm being honest. As well, because like
It's hard to watch, especially when you know the full story, because you look at it and go, damn, I feel bad for you.
Yeah. Like, dude's life is over at that point. There is no coming back
It's
from
like-
that.
It's like, yeah, you've just murdered your mum. Like, I feel real bad for you because you don't even know you've done it.
Not, yeah. When they told him, he just got really quiet for a while. Which, I mean, yeah, fair.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised.
But yeah, so I got the scoop on this hours before the news did.
It's turning the wrong way.
It is. I'm gonna need more gears. I'm gonna need more small gears, specifically. If I'm not mistaken, they're made of buttons and shafts. I was right, but it's andesite, not shaft.
Polished andesite.
Yeah. Oh, plus side, this will also run it faster. Because small gear. Now the next problem is, how do I get water here?
Increase the roof 5 by 1.
I mean, my current thought here is I'll just make some iron bars.
In all fairness, you probably put a singular iron bar there and waterlog it.
Here's a... Why did I just... What? Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Blowing in the wind. Motherfucker! It's because I stood in this. it's a fucking song reference.
It's ancient.
And it gave it to me twice, and I only noticed the second time. I probably used the other stick for something.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got the stickiest of sticks, and I've got... Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
Stickiest of sticks. You probably... I don't know with that one.
It's a pretty sticky stick, if I'm being honest.
As long as it's not brown and sticky.
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah.
They can put their melons on other blocks, right? Like stone?
I don't know.
I guess we're gonna find out, aren't we?
I never grow pumpkins because they're always a pain in my ass.
I'm only growing them because I might need it at some point in the future.
Fair enough.
My plan is eventually to just make this entire field potatoes and carrots and wheat. Or whatever modded food happens to be really good. Because, like, you know, barbecue on a stick. So, like, onion, tomato,
Is that
stick,
toast?
and mutton. Toast? No. What can I use bread for?
Yeah, I was going to say, what bread is the...
We can make a roast chicken. Which is actually decidedly doable. Mutton wrap, hamburger, egg sandwich. Which is just...
Hamburger.
we can make a bacon sandwich, a chicken sandwich. You can compost it for some reason. What happened, Yerma? I mean, honestly, I just didn't... I just want... I've played Stoneblock before, and I wanted to play it. Also, the last time I tried to play one of your mod packs, it broke. So... Right, that's what I was doing. Can you waterlog iron bars?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
I've also got
I
the
could be
vials,
wrong.
so we'll find out in a hurry, I'm sure. You can, okay. It doesn't immediately help me because it's not quite what I need. But what I can do that. Water goes there. Now whatever I want to wash, I'll just set it there and sit and yeah. I mean I want to play a pack with Project E, but not Project E from the beginning. I'm pretty sure the Project Equivalence one is the one that broke for us, if I'm not mistaken.
In all fairness, though, how long ago was it we played it?
That's true. He's probably worked on it since, in fairness.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's finished it since.
Have you been testing your packs multiplayer? Also, are they Skyblock? Because I really like Skyblock. We tried Project Equivalence New Horizons. Okay. Wait, are you telling me that Project Equivalence New Horizons came before Project Equivalence 1? Because that's what that sounds like. No? Okay, just making sure. Trying to think, how
Also,
do
Project
you...
Equivalence 1 is the one we have played it as well.
Yeah. Trying to think, how do you do this? And the answer is a vertical gearbox, which is a horizontal gearbox, which is an andesite casing and 4 cogwheels. I can do that.
A vertical gearbox, which requires a horizontal gearbox. The horizontal gearbox requires a vertical gearbox.
Alright, so I need 1 andesite alloy. I definitely have some.
Andesite alloy, top chest, second in 410.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, and I'm also going to need polished andesite, but I don't think I have enough.
You have 2 in your other chest.
I'll just do that, and then I'll polish them against each other in my rock crusher. And then I will... Gonna need a bunch of buttons. Andesite casing. I'm gonna need an axe for that. I'm pretty sure I broke my axe and never made a new one. So let's
You got a
do that.
paxel.
True. Don't need... I don't... Yeah. And then... I need to make an excessive amount of buttons. I'm going to use cobblestone because cobblestone is cheaper than wood. Assuming I can do
8,
that.
16, 32 buttons.
Can I make a stone button? I'm pretty sure I can.
It requires stone, not cobblestone.
Oh, you're right.
But I think for cogs specifically, you need wood.
No, it won't matter.
Okay.
But
You need 32 buttons, by the way.
we're not gonna talk about this.
Also told you.
I said we're not gonna talk about this.
Oh, but we are.
I'm gonna have to grow more trees. Do I have like enough for dark oak? I do. I'm gonna need as well a couple more dirt.
Or dirt.
Yeah, dark oak. 4x4.
Is the room tall enough?
I hope so. We're gonna find out.
Question is, do you keep a load of dirt under your pillow for the dirt man?
I don't think it is.
Throw one.
Hmm?
Just throw a singular one. I
Now-
think you can.
Wood. Apple. Got 1 apple and 19 logs from that.
Nice. Well, we're going to do botany parts.
Yes.
And then we got sidetracked.
Yeah. Hopping botany pots even, but I'm out of iron now, which is what I'm working on now. Alright, so. I need to make...
8 buttons.
And they go around to polished andesite, gives me that, which I can then use to craft that, which I can then use to craft that. Which then I need to craft a second one.
Another 32 buttons.
There's my 32 buttons. I'm gonna need more polished andesite.
Not actual. I think you ran out of andesite.
No, there's more.
Other chest.
There it is. Can't wait till I have a storage system. There's those. And I need to do one of these.
I remember when Create first came out. It was this wonderful thing that nobody knew how it worked.
Right? Now here we are.
Now everyone knows what Create is and everyone uses it on a regular basis.
Yeah, because frankly, it's an amazing mod.
In all fairness, even people from like, I think people add it to like Vanilla Plus and stuff.
Oh yeah, that completely doesn't surprise me because it really does fit the aesthetic.
Oh yeah, 100%. Also, the crafting recipes are very well balanced for vanilla.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how I'm actually gonna hook this up. So I need to go from that to that.
In front of the bottom one, put the regular gearbox, then put the vertical one in. As in, put the gearboxes right next to each other, so you want the one gearbox directly in front of the big cog on the floor.
Okay, which one though? I'm actually...
Regular. Nope, nope. As in the one that's already spinning, not the grinder. The lower one, the big one. You could actually do it. Actually, no, that works. Then you put the vertical one right next to it. Now you put a cog down, facing, like, you just need a big or small cog. Doesn't matter, to go under it.
I'm gonna have to make more cog. I'm out of cog. Oh, I got
Yeah,
a big
you
cog.
need a minimum. You need. Big cog might work.
Spacing doesn't
Just place it
work.
on the floor. If you place it on the floor, it will automatically connect itself. And you need to put it down. Definitely work. No,
I'm gonna need a small one, aren't I?
no, you can do it with the big one. Put it back where it was. Place a big
Got it.
one at
Got
the
it.
45. Yeah, it needs to be at a 45 to it.
Alright, now I just need to locate the gravel.
Top chest, top right corner.
A little bit of gravel there, yeah. Worst case scenario, I can just manufacture a ton of gravel really easily, but I'm gonna get the cobble out of here.
I think you turn most of it into sand.
Might have. And at some point I got an iron wand as a reward, so... Oh, why didn't I get that quest earlier?
You might have not had a previous quest from.
There is no apparently I got a wither boss muffler. That'll come in handy at some point. How did this... You up there. Got 30 minutes of time to spend. Ooh.
Wait, if you shove compressed cobblestone into the crusher, does it turn to gravel? Or no?
I don't know. We can find out, though.
It's a worthwhile thought.
So you can compress it
No.
further using create.
You can compress it, it's about it.
You can pour water on it to turn it into compressed gravel.
With a dripper.
Yeah. Not the fastest thing.
No, but you can also make magma cubes with it.
True. Which will be a very important thing to remember, I think, for later on.
Yes.
Oop. Alright, well, while that's chewing away, let's make this room a little bit more presentable.
You can tell it's done grinding when you stop seeing particles.
Yeah. So this was my infinite water room, but it's going away now. So what do you get from washing iron? Possible answer is no iron.
What does washing do?
Depends on the pack. In this case, it doesn't do anything to that. The raw zinc... Nothing. Usually it, like, turns one item into more of that item sometimes. Like you wash a piece of ore and it'll remove the extra bits.
What happens if you wash coal?
Nothing, apparently.
You can't.
You can crush coal, though. Or no, gravel. Never mind. That's how you get it. Oh, you know what? I was looking at the wrong thing there, wasn't I?
You left click, not right click. Still can't wash it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is how to get coal. This is what to do with coal. Wait a second. Can you grind coal? You get black dye and 10% chance of gray dye. Okay.
Good to know.
Okay, gravel. What happens? Can you wash gravel? You can. Okay, I need some of this, so...
Different payouts compared to grinding it.
And of course, because it's a stack, it's going to take a lot longer.
Yeah. It's also dependent on the speed of the fan.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to be right back. I got to use the washroom.
Okay.
See you in a minute. You want to hear something that I didn't really appreciate when I was told at the hospital, but now totally understand?
Go on.
My blood sugar was at 30 millimole per liter.
Good God.
Do you know how high that is? I don't know.
Extremely.
Yeah, I don't know how the Brits measure it, but the the Americans measure it really weirdly, and also with metric system, but just different units.
The average should be between 3.9 and 5.6. You are upwards of nearly 10 times
Well, they
of what your
want
blood glucose should be.
technically they want me to stay between 4 and 7 here, but
Yeah, no, they want you on the slightly higher end due to your diabetes, which is a normal thing.
yeah.
But on average, it's typically between 3.9 and 5.6.
Yeah. But yeah, when I got to the hospital, I was at like 30-ish.
God, what have you been drinking, eating?
Nothing! I'm not that bad. Pasta, honestly, is the answer.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
That is 100% what it is.
yeah. Probably didn't help, but in the
I was-
hours before I went to the hospital, I had a couple bowls of like chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane how much sugar is in everything.
Well, it's a lot of it's just carbs, which is just another word for sugar, basically. I mean, it's not chemically, but it is chemically.
Okay, alright, in all fairness, is it homemade pasta? Or is it store-bought?
Even the homemade stuff, it doesn't matter.
Homemade is slightly better, but still not brilliant.
Yeah, it's not better enough.
Bread, on the other hand, homemade bread's 1,000 times better for you.
Yeah, because you're not adding a bunch of sugar to it. But even then, the carb load of bread is so high.
Brown bread, brown sugar, brown rice.
I've got bread that is decreased carbs. It's like half of regular bread, and it's still enough to spike my blood sugar.
Is it white or brown?
It's damn near black.
In other words, charcoal.
No, it's not. But it's hang on.
It's dark.
It's really dark bread. Let me find it.
It looks like someone spilled a black biro in it.
Not quite. It's called Carbonate. You can get it at Costco.
Carbon.
Carbonate. The point is it's a lack of carbs, or at least an attempt. But yeah. I got the seeded stuff because I like seedy bread. None of the pictures show the actual bread. It's like a decently, yeah. But yeah, it's 9 carbs per slice, which compared to the 32 on regular bread and regular brown bread that I have. Like, yeah,
Good lord.
yeah. Keto certified though. It's also like $4 a loaf, but I don't eat that much bread, so.
I hate these. Reading the ingredients, by that point, you can't call it bread.
Well, it's water, wheat, resistant tapioca and/or resistant potato starch, flax meal, high oleic sunflower oil, wheat and/or bamboo fiber, sesame seeds, yeast, psyllium, insulin. There's insulin in my bread. Cool. Cultured. That's probably part of what
No,
helps.
read that again. Inulin.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's inulin, not insulin. Cultured wheat starch,
Two
sunflower
very
seeds,
different things.
pea fiber, salt, and citric acid. If there was insulin in it, I'd be like, Mom, we need more. Gotta figure out how to extract the insulin from the bread.
Don't buy an insulin from a pharmacist, just go buy a loaf of bread.
Well, many loaves of bread, to be fair. The amount that would be in a loaf of bread, it would be so little.
How much bread do you need to eat before the insulin kills you?
The LD50 of insulin. That's honestly probably not that high. And depends if you're
No,
diabetic or not.
no. The LD50 of the amount of insulin in bread.
I don't. Well, there is no insulin in the bread, so. Oh, the LD.
What bread then?
The LD 50 of insulin. Okay, abstract, 35 milligrams of sugar per deciliter.
I was expecting more from...
Developed bradycardia, hypertension, required isotronic support in coma for 90 hours.
What were we looking for again? Insulin.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, apparently this person managed to get their hands, like, they came in with high blood sugar. And then apparently might have, oh, hang on. I'm misreading this, because it's milligrams per deciliter. So it's extremely low. Hypoglycemia. So she can't, okay. Bradycardia, hypotension, required isotronic support. She remained in coma for 9 hours. 470 grams of dextrose was infused until she regained consciousness. "34 beats a minute on her heart. With a blood pressure of 80 over 50.
The LD50 of white phosphorus is 3.03 milligrams per kilogram.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing she got to the hospital, because she was in a coma, like, within an hour of getting there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out. I don't, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have any discussion on how much insulin she took here. Just that she took a lot of it. And to be clear, this is the American measurement system. So, like, 200 is, like, 5. She was at 35. So she was at, like, 1.1, give or take. Probably a bit, actually less, definitely less. Hang on. Let's see. Milligram per deciliter to millimole per liter. Glucose,
No.
35.
Okay, so the LD50 for insulin, you ready for this?
Yeah.
It is 1.16238 to the power of negative 18 milligrams per kilogram.
So that confirms I have enough insulin on hand to kill myself if I really wanted to, which I don't. In fact, I've got enough to do it several times over. Yeah, okay, so I did the math. At 35 milligrams per deciliter of glucose in her blood, she was at 1.9.
Very low.
Yes. Yeah,
I think if you're lower than a 1.7, you start having organ failure.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the hospital said if you get below 4 and are unable to get it back, you need to come back to the hospital. I was like, okay, fair.
Yeah.
Because
If
low
they
blood
told you
sugar
that you need
is...
to keep it above 4,
Yeah.
you need to do that.
Yeah, I've been keeping it, honestly, we've been working on how much I actually need to control my blood sugar. I'm at the point where I'm like 11 units of insulin with every meal, and then like 30 of the stuff that lasts for 24 hours.
Good lord.
Yeah, and I'm still hovering around 10.
That's serious then.
Yeah. To be clear, 1 unit is 1/100th of a milligram.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot. And explains why I had my organs start to die. Ooh.
In all fairness, a mate of mine I went to high school with, he used to take insulin. He used to have to have 15 units every 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So he was going through like not 4 or 5, Jesus Christ. It was I think it was 2 pens every 2 to 3 days.
I'm right now going through a pen about once a week. Well, both pens once a week.
Yeah.
Although I did hold on to the caps for my previous 2 pens because I have a habit of losing things.
Perhaps they're interchangeable.
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Needles, on the other hand.
Needles, on the other hand, don't share them, don't reuse them.
Nope. Even if they look like they'd be perfect to pop that pimple, don't.
Use a pin, not a needle.
Yeah, also, it wouldn't be very effective, honestly. It's a 4mm needle. It's fucking tiny.
Yeah, they are.
Which is honestly probably for the best.
His stomach it's purely for a control thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, plus it being 4mm means that I can't, like, stab myself in the intestine.
Yeah. They give you a sharp spin.
Oh, yeah. Those are free.
Yeah.
Of all the things being diabetic involved, which is a lot of money, the sharp spins are just free.
They should be.
Yeah,
They should be. They
the
really
insulin,
should
honestly, should be. The insulin really should be.
See, here it's the other way around. Insulin's free, but you have to pay for your sharp spin and sharp spin collection.
Here I just walk into any pharmacy or drugstore. I can hand them the old one, and they'll hand me a new one, and I walk out.
Fair
It's
enough.
that simple.
I wish it was that simple here.
Honestly, that's how it should be in terms of just, yeah.
Simplicity.
But yeah, insulin. It's a fun thing, I guess. I get to stab myself 4 times a day. Doesn't that sound like fun? On the plus side, I don't die or go into grievous agony. So, you know, plus sides. Yeah, but
Caffeine has a lower LD50 than arsenic.
Yeah, when I got to the hospital, one of the nurses like, if you hadn't come to the hospital when you did, you probably would have died. Like, seriously though, because my like genuinely, what was happening was my lower my lower intestine was like just not getting blood,
Yeah.
which is a very painful experience. I know I've said this already, but on the scale of pain, they gave me opiates and it still hurt.
Big ouchie.
Yeah. Like, they gave me something that was apparently like 4 times stronger than morphine.
Corn syrup has an LD50 of 25,800 milligrams per kilogram.
How much is that for like an average adult male? Like how much corn syrup would you just have to drink?
Let me do the math on this.
Like an absolute buffoon. Wants me to do sand.
Okay, so per kilogram is 25.8 grams. On average, all right. I can give you a rough estimate for someone my size. It's about 1.5 kilos. No, 2.5 kilos, sorry.
Okay.
2.5 kilos of corn syrup.
That's doable. It might make you a diabetic after, but that is technically doable.
Some other completely insane LD50. Ethanol's got an LD50 of 7,000 milligrams per kilogram.
Hey, I got a mob masher.
Oh, nice.
And a linking tool. That'll be very useful later. Oh, and I
Corn
just got
syrup
a
has the
skillet.
same LD50, it's glucose.
I've acquired skillet.
Ooh. What are you gonna cook with it?
Food. Something sweet, because I really miss anything that has any level of sweetness that isn't artificial sweetener. You know those gummy bears, the sugar-free ones.
Oh yeah, the natural laxatives.
Yeah. Did you know you can buy that in a bag? Like not the gummy bears, but just the material.
Yes.
Yeah. So I did.
Oh.
Yeah, I found out really quickly how much I can take. The answer is less than 3 tablespoons.
Oh dear. That's one way to clean yourself.
Oh, trust me, in the hospital they clean me out there too.
They have to.
Well, it was because they were giving me a colonoscopy. But they also barely
You
feed.
really put 3 tablespoons in.
It was a really, really big mug of tea.
It doesn't matter. You never put more than a tablespoon in.
I've been doing 2 ever since. It's not sweet enough. The only thing that I really do sweet is tea. Suddenly me being diabetic makes sense.
How much tea do you drink?
Usually 1 large mug a day.
How much sugar do you put in it?
Far more than I probably should.
So, what is the conclusion?
That I made myself diabetic with tea.
Stop drinking tea.
No, the tea's fine now that I'm not putting sugar in it.
How many tablespoons of sugar did you put in that tea?
Well, it was hard to measure, if I'm being honest.
Did you pour?
Well, it was brown sugar, so no, you couldn't really pour it. But it was probably like 5 or 6 tablespoons.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's a really big cup of tea. It sounds way worse now that I'm saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Because it is, to be fair.
Always happens. Always happens. You know 100% I'm sitting here and judging you right now.
Yeah, entirely right as well.
In all fairness, it's happened. You know what's caused it. You're doing the right things.
Oh yeah, I'm
and
doing
you're getting
insulin,
on with it.
getting my blood sugar down, etc., etc. I'm dealing with it. It just fucking sucks.
That's the main thing.
I'm not gonna make that no solicitors sign because I want the solicitor. Oh God. So I need to make mechanical crafters, which means I need to make electron tubes, which means I make polished rose quartz and iron sheets. Polished rose quartz is rose quartz polished on that. And that's made of redstone, another quartz. Another quartz I get from brushing or washing gold or soul sand. I guess I'm digging out
By
to
the
the
way,
nether. What?
do you know the LD50 of sucrose table sugar?
Sure.
You need to ingest 28 kilograms in order to die from an LD50 from sucrose.
The Pekka Des is a versatile mining tool.
Decades?
Which is different from my pickaxe.
Stones all break blocks. Okay, what's the other one say? I think they do different things.
It's effective on rock, dirt, sand, and gravel, but it's not sharp enough to mine tougher stones like many ores. So I think it's just a faster default pickaxe. But it doesn't do ores.
It's a slightly better mattock.
Yeah.
It's a mattock instead of wood, it's stone.
Yeah. So... try to think, how does this work? Do I just put stone in here to get the bits to craft?
No. You need a part builder.
I've got a part builder.
You need stencils. Which I think
stencil
is...
doesn't exist.
Oh, they've changed it.
So use casts, multi-use casts, fluids, and ambidextrous modifier.
Oh God. Have a look at pickaxe head.
Nothing.
No. It was in the tinker section.
Oh, here? Thickhead.
Yeah, pickhead.
It's called a pattern.
So that's the one.
For which
And
I
then you
need
need
sticks
the
and planks.
pattern thing. You need another thing to make the patterns.
I'm out of wood.
Oh, you have a singular pattern.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you needed to craft these.
Yeah. Then you put this thing in there. You pick which one you want. The round plate, and then I think you can put just cobblestone in. Yep, there you go.
Okay. I'm going to use iron for this.
Not a terrible idea.
Alright. And then...
You need wood.
Yeah. I need to plant those.
Although, can you turn slabs into planks?
No, I tried. I was very disappointed.
That needs to be normalized.
I agree. That should just be a base recipe. That should just be in Minecraft.
Yeah, in all fairness, you can glue slabs together to make a plank.
Yeah, but you can't, like, but there's still slabs. I mean, honestly, it should just be like, oh, you did that? This is just a full block now.
Yeah.
Not gonna be able to stream for much longer.
Nah, I'm getting tired.
Well, part of it, yeah, that is part of it. The other part of it is that I need to go and do things like make dinner so that I can manage my diabetes and stuff.
Eat at a reasonable time.
Yeah. Is it a tool handle it wants that? Yes. I just realized I might not have wanted to make that out of iron.
No, it just increases the durability overall.
Right, but yeah. I
And
have
it doesn't hurt.
I have a book that tells me about the rest, about the stuff here somewhere.
I think it was new.
There it is.
UV smell thing. Yeah, no, it's actually worth it because you get slightly. It's worth making it out of iron because you get slightly more durability.
Mm-hmm.
Stone gives you less. Blood bonus gives you less. Osmium gives you a lot more. I'd say osmium. is your best one.
Do I have osmium?
Not yet.
Yeah, that does have a quite good mining speed. Although the mining speed of iron is actually better, but that doesn't matter for that.
It would be
Yeah, it
handle
does help
more than
there.
anything else. Osmium handle, iron head.
You know what? I'm just gonna do it all out of iron.
But you can also upgrade it later.
Yeah. I want that, and I want that, and that. 357 durability, Bane of 1. Magnetic 3 empathing. Plus 2.3 damage.
No idea what that means.
Not a clue.
Oh, it can mine up to gold.
Indeed it did. I need more chests.
The storage crate's not a thing?
I never think about them.
Not that I can tell. What other storage is there?
We have functional storage. Basically an analog to storage drawers with some changes. The basics remain the same. Drawers store a large amount of single item. Compacting drawers show items in their block and get nugget forms.
Okay, so it's regular chests, storage drawers, or electric systems.
Yeah. Which isn't terrible.
There's also RF, which is not terrible early wireless storage, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It means you can't have a wall of chests and have it all linked up in one central place.
Problem with making these, right, is that only gives me storage for 3 things. Although I suppose I can subdivide them somehow.
I don't know how you make a 2x2. Oh, click.
Alt-click. Ow. Too late now. But 4 chests. Okay.
It does also hold, each one of them only holds a quarter of the space.
Yeah, yeah. Really wish I could make that mining hammer that does a 3x3.
What about the mining razor?
And honestly, yeah.
Because I know that's in here.
I'm just gonna go make some chests. I'm just gonna grow some trees. You know what? Before I go to the nether, I'm gonna build a hopping botany pot because I've got the iron now. and I'm gonna stick a tree in it. Where's my clay?
Damn, not a candy cane.
Yeah, they don't grow so well. I mean, they do eventually, but it's really not candy cane that grows.
What are you looking for?
Clay.
Top of that chest.
Ah, thank you. Alright, so, to make the hopping botany... Hopping... Okay, botany...
You need clay blocks and to smelt them first to turn them into terracotta. You need 3 pieces of
Oh, it's called a hopper
terracotta.
botany pot now. Okay. So I need to make 3 bricks and
3
5
blocks.
terracotta.
Not 3.
5 terracotta. 3 bricks. And then I'm also going to need to make a hopper. And then iron.
Fun fact, to make a hopper, you don't actually need to make a chest.
You don't?
No, you can put 2 logs in the middle.
Oh, really?
It's still 8
Oh,
pieces of wood,
is that
which makes a
vanilla?
chest. I think so.
Huh. Okay. I had no idea.
It's one of the newer vanilla additions. As far as
fully-
I know, I could be wrong.
I fully support changes like that. Like, honestly.
Very spice of life changes.
Things that should be in vanilla and generally aren't, but really should be. I just got another stick.
It's like you can make a chest. You can make 4 chests with 8 logs.
This stick is not Groot.
I am not Groot. Are you able to upgrade chests?
I genuinely don't know. Also, I'm sad that it doesn't show the progress at the top of the screen.
No, I don't like that. Because I know in some mod packs you can upgrade basic chests. Yeah, there you go. That's the way for more storage. You've got a... Yeah, it's not the hardest in the world.
Wood to iron upgrade. Planks around an iron. Okay. Well, I know what one I'm going to upgrade immediately.
Is it the wood one?
Oh, it's going to be all of them.
No, other way around. Iron round wood.
Oh, right. That makes it far more expensive.
It's 8 to 1.
Yeah. Those are some thick borders. Goddamn.
Oh yeah, but look at the size. Look how much bigger that chest is.
Yeah, it's literally just the same as large chest. They made the borders really thick.
Yes.
And the next one's gold. I've got 14 gold. And then the one after that is diamond. I've got 16 diamonds. I don't think crystal actually makes it any bigger. I think it just makes
No,
it
it just makes it
transparent.
see-through. Makes it transparent, which causes a bunch of frame rate issues. For the diamond one, you may need glass. Yeah, 2 diamonds, 6 glass.
Just gotta wait on the glass, on the gold.
I think you've also got a gold upgrade for your furnaces.
Honestly, not worried about that yet. Maybe later. But fair.
No, as in you've already got one.
What, the gold up? That's for functional
Yeah,
storage.
there's one. Oh. I'm used to looking at upgrades like that for the furnaces.
Yeah, yeah. There should be enough to do the
Iron to gold.
I can do the iron to gold and the gold to iron. Wait, other way around.
Gold to diamond.
Now I will have wood. Oh, right. The reason I wanted to make this wasn't even wood in the first place. It was the fucking, these guys that don't grow underground.
Don't forget, you can also use your bag on it.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I've got like an hour in it. That's... How do I use it?
I think it's right click.
$30 seconds of 128 times speed.
How long you got left in it now?
20 seconds. Oh, you mean in the bag?
Okay.
It's got
Yeah,
6.5
bag.
minutes.
Okay, so about just over an hour for 128 times 30.
There we go. I mean, it wasn't a lot for an hour of going, but...
That's a lot for an hour.
It's 2 stacks of wood.
Yeah, that's nearly 8 stacks of planks.
That's actually fair.
That's a lot of wood for an hour. An hour for nothing.
An hour in mere moments. Do I need a repair kit or anything for my pickaxe? How do repairs work?
Yeah, I believe it is for packets.
Or is it gonna be Tinker Station and then...
No, I really think it's for packets. Yeah, it's for packets. You have to make iron ones, so...
That's fine, I'll just put iron in.
Yeah. Don't use it until the pick is near enough broke, though, because they will repair 99% or completely broken.
I'll leave that last ingot in there. I'm glad that you can open chests that are on top, that have chests on top of them now. It's kind of a big deal.
You always could. You haven't been
No.
able to for ages.
I mean, you go back far enough, you couldn't. You couldn't open a chest that had another chest on top.
Yeah, I think they introduced that in 1.7.10. I know in 1.6.4 you couldn't.
Where are those stones that teleport? There it is. There's the Hearthstone. I put away my pickaxe.
In the Tinker's. Tinker Station.
Ah, yes.
What does it make to take a Tinker's Bench?
A what?
Tinker's Bench.
Tinker's workbench? Any crafting table, some glass, some planks, a redstone flux coil, and 3 iron.
As in the where you make the weapons, but the one up in Tinker's Construct.
Oh yeah, that is thermal. Let's see.
Oh, it's anvils, isn't it?
I guess it is, yeah. If I wanted to make an iron anvil, assuming that is a thing. Steel, block of steel, block of steel, block of enderium, lumerium, steel, netherite. Yeah, that one's just showing off. Pig iron. Okay, so I can't make it out of iron. Let's say I make it out of
Bronze or steel is your best bets.
Let's go with bronze, just to see. Oh, it's the same recipe regardless. It's 3 of the block that you want, 2 seared cobblestones, and a tinker station. Or the exact same, except you don't put in the tinker station. I mean, I guess if you want to get rid of it, that's how to do it.
Okay, so not terribly difficult. So I'm thinking you wanted the 3x3, you can get the hammer.
But I don't have enough material to do that yet, because it's not going to let me do iron.
No. Don't know what bronze takes.
Don't imagine you can alloy it. No, but you can foundry it, but not really.
Steel grit, what does that take?
Steel through the crusher. Or metallurgic infuser. Coal onto enriched iron. Which, yeah, just twice.
To get steel, you've got to go through a mechanism.
Yep. But once you get there, that's not terrible.
No. The beginning of it's literally the first 10 to 20 minutes of mechanisms, probably the hardest.
Yeah.
After that, it's a breeze.
I have to dig a decent way out. It showed me a preview of what the map looks like, and it's just circles.
Concentric circles.
Yeah.
I like that. Instead of it being up and down, it's...
Yeah. So if I dig in one direction far enough, eventually I'll run into the nether, and then eventually I'll run into the end.
Yes.
It's an interesting world gen, honestly.
I have a feeling you're going to be digging a while.
Pardon?
I have a feeling you're going to be digging a while.
I have the same feeling, but at least I'm not digging up or down. It's just a straight line. And I'm putting those on the wall in there so that when I'm digging this out later, those are already on the wall. Yeah, that's thinking ahead. That's thinking with portals. Oh, hey, what's showing up on the map there? Top right corner.
Maybe a dungeon.
Might be. Polished andesite slabs, spruce planks.
Oh, it's the temple.
Yeah.
Looks like a temple. We go see it. Or do you think that's death?
I think at the moment, considering my complete lack of any armor, it is death. But maybe tomorrow.
I mean, you've got a Hearthstone.
It's true, but it would also be opening up the direct tunnel. Also, I can see the mobs spawning in it already. Creepers, zombies, skeletons, spiders.
No Enderman, though.
Well, no Enderman yet.
Oh, one of those skeletons disappeared. There's also red dots. I don't like red dots.
Yeah, because that means it doesn't know what they are.
Red dots are scary.
They are.
I wonder if you hover over them on the map if it was tiny.
Wilden Stalker.
Yeah,
Oh, and a
that don't
Maraca
sound
spider.
good. A Baraka spider, they're actually pretty cool.
It's a Maraca Cracker spider.
Now, Baraka spiders, I don't like spiders, but they're actually pretty cool. They, in order to, like, attract females, it looks like they're playing the maracas.
That's cool. And the one that plays the best tune wins?
One that puts the best show on wins.
All I can think of is the general result of such a thing in the world of spiders.
Not too dissimilar from peacock spiders.
True, but I'm just thinking about how they get eaten.
So many comments to say, so many I can.
Mm-hmm. Even if I peeled off to go see it, it would take me a while to get there. Oh. Pickaxe done. Oh, and the game gave me a stick. The stickiest of sticky sticks. So it doesn't fully repair it.
That's fine.
What I would love would be if it turned out this mod pack had that thing where your tools level up from use.
Oh, Tinker's leveling.
Yeah. I don't think it does, but honestly, I think that's one of the best things that I've ever had in a mod pack in terms of just like mods that you don't notice. Because it means that the tool that you make just gets better the more you use it.
Yeah. Also, the sound of the ding.
Right? You get excited
When it levels up. You get excited because you get a new modifier to put on it.
Yeah.
Hover, if you open up your inventory and hover over it, it might tell you an EXP level.
No. No such luck.
No. I don't think they level anymore.
No. I think Tinker's leveling is just an entirely separate mod.
It was also satisfying when you get that unbreakable pickaxe for the first time. It's a brand new one.
Oh,
Make it unbreakable, and then you just sit there and mine it until forever, and all you hear is ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Enchanted to just go wild and just annihilate everything in your path.
Yeah.
I had a mending unbreakable pickaxe once, and it was like, oh, mending enchant was useful for a while at least.
Yeah. Is that when you had to use mending moss?
Maybe? I don't remember if it was mending moss or if it was just a, vanilla enchantment that you could apply to a tinker tool at that point.
At one point it was mending moss, then it changed to the reinforced plates, and you needed, I think, 8 of them to make it unbreakable.
Like, I'm pretty sure I've done
it was either
both
8 or 5. Oh, now I'd be very surprised if you hadn't. Mending moss is like Project Ozone 2, plates are PO3, so and I know you've played both of those.
I will say this pack so far is very satisfying. Nothing's being made overly difficult. Nothing is nonsensical. Performance is pretty good. For a second there, I thought I saw iron on the floor, and I was like, what? But no. Oh, good. I might have to dig a different route to go around that.
Or you could just go down.
I could go above or below it, that's true.
Or you could just go through it.
Again, not wearing armor. Also, I don't have time. Gotta go in, like, less than a minute, technically.
And why didn't you stop here just before you get there, then?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking. Gonna approach. If I set this up as a server tomorrow, would you be interested in joining?
Tomorrow I don't actually think I can.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, just in general then, though.
Well, in general, yes. Tomorrow I say possibly because I'm meant to be playing on Hearthstone Battlegrounds duos with someone, but they're sick at the moment, so we're gonna see how they're doing tomorrow.
Fair enough.
That's why I say maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the other thing the whole diabetes thing has done to me.
Go on.
I can fall asleep at a regular hour.
Yeah.
Like, I've been regularly falling asleep at like midnight.
Good.
Unlike my normal.
By the way, get ready for a Let's Game It Out Planet Coaster 2 video.
Has he not already done that?
He's streaming it right now.
Oh, I could have sworn he already done one.
I don't know. I thought he did a Planet Coaster 1.
Fairly sure that he's done it too already. Yeah, no, he did, I think. It was with swimming pools, I think. Or was that...
Oh, no, he has.
Was that him, or was that spiffing?
No, Let's Game It Out has. He did it 3 weeks ago. I didn't realize. I've got Let's Game It Out. Once human, then the machine business spin. Stimulate stuff.
Alright, this is what we're going to call it here. We're almost at this structure, which I would love to explore someday, but not today. Got a cave full of dripstone, lots of cobblestone, mushrooms, witches, pile of glow squid zombies, skeletons, creepers, more witches. I've just built a really long hallway.
Yeah.
I should have started this like at andesite level or just above it. That way I wouldn't run into anything.
I bet you'd run into more.
You know what I just realized? I'm at y -1. That's at y
Yeah.
-40. -80 for that part. I'm just gonna go right
Oh,
over
you're
it.
fine then. Yeah.
That one's at 85. These are at -40, -50. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to just cruise straight over this. What height is this
What's
at?
the other temple at?
45. Well, depending on which part I'm pointing at. Anywhere from 20 to 45. 46 there. 35 for the most part. I saw 20 here
So
at some point,
So it's way up.
but... Mm-hmm.
Also not as tall as you think.
No, because, yeah, the difference between 46 and 35 is, like, 9.
Yeah, it's 9 blocks tall. Oh, you can actually see how wide it is and how deep it is. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 30 by 30. It's not that big.
Yeah.
Anyway, go get food.
Yeah. Well, go make food. And chicken and
Yeah.
beans, I think.
Yes.
Have a good night, everyone. And good night to you as well, DM.
Good night.